Tangerine No.1. Sharon opened up her emails and swiped through today's attachments. A cluster of smeared fingerprints approximately knee height. Half a dusty granola bar without a packet. Around a dozen plastic champagne flutes, a couple ridged with flaky neon kisses. One exhibition guide with some lass called Margot's number on it. A nest of used tissues stuffed behind the mezzanine bench, and a considerable amount of pinkish vomit, left rather neatly with the abandoned umbrellas, as if someone would be back to claim it that afternoon. It is usual to open up your inbox when you start work, perhaps less so when you're a cleaner. But since the toothpaste incident, management has deemed it necessary to make it abundantly clear to Sharon what is and what isn't art. Today there is a tangerine on the floor in room 2. There is a tangerine on the floor, and there is definitely not a picture of a tangerine in Sharon's daily email. This is why she preferred cleaning bogs and getting how much coke made it onto her marigolds. You don't need an art degree for wiping up shit. You don't need to practice caution around something that your kid would leave behind. Before the toothpaste incident, she might have even took the tangerine home. Sharon would be the first to admit that she's picked the odd bit of mould off of Gary's crust before. He doesn't know this. Fruit is fruit, but not, apparently, when it isn't here. Instead, Sharon mopped around the tangerine with as much consideration as a monk, combing the soft white sand of his Zen garden, and signed off her work with a wet floor sign. There is still a tangerine on the floor when Fergus and his mother enter room 2. Fergus's mother bends down to swaddle her precious boy in rainbow faux fur and coos into his curls. Tell Mummy what you think of all the red. He responds with a fierce grunt between gritted milk teeth crenellations, pulling sticky fistfuls of Mummy's coat, thrashing under the limits of his hand-knit sweater. A blotchy flush rises past his globular cheeks and underlines the fury in the little pumpkin's death stare. The gallery assistant stiffens in his polo shirt. A lecturer pulls her crumple of first years closer to consider a mound of odd socks. It happens quick. The room is plaster of Paris thick. Fergus wriggles free from his mother and towards the tangerine. The curved concrete and hollow walls spit back Fergus's fire of squeals like last week's milk. A collective defeat casts over the coils of sketchbooks. A student drops their faded tote bag in surrender. Fergus makes contact with the tangerine. The monocle drops, tuts disperse as pearls, rolling, rolling, rolling. The tangerine's softness is evident. The sudden punt across the gallery floor reveals the fruit's flesh like old Play-Doh. The quality not lost on focus. His big Tesco bounty from the bag for life and mutters something about petty cash. He didn't think it would be like this. He thought he'd be mostly sitting down on the edges of white rooms and sometimes watching visitors slowly with. He didn't think he'd be frantically searching for a replacement Tangerine, the gallery's pet goldfish. Were they even 100% sure it was a Tangerine? Could it not perhaps have been a large Satsuma or a small orange? And have we even considered a clementine? And what the fuck is an easy peeler? There is a tangerine on the floor of room 2, and it's supposed to be there until it isn't. It all depends on where you put it.